What's up? Slow Super Bees, that's what's up. It's probably loaded. Karen seems to actually stick to some guidelines. They don't really speed a whole lot, you know. I'd imagine he's much heavier than I am. But we'll have an opportunity here. It's 7 a.m. on a Saturday. We're just up from Alside Corner. We're going out to the Powerhouse to deliver some counterweights. Not the ones I picked up last time. We got the Super Bees, fully loaded counterweights. Going out to Synovus, to the Powerhouse, to the South D High Loop. I think it was only like, I don't know, 7 or 9K back there somewhere. Got to be there for 9 a.m. Got lots of time. Oh, he is speeding a little bit. Keeping it modest. What's new and exciting recently? Let me pass this guy first. Can't talk and think at the same time. Do I got it? Looks like I got it. Winding up. Going for the big pass on a solid line. It's clear to see. It's only solid for a second, then it's dotted. Relax. Fucking cowboy oil field drivers. Reckless. Whoa, slow her down. So yeah, someone reached out yesterday to, I don't know if they phone Brawler or must have, yeah, I think, so the boss's wife, she works in the office. I think I kind of semi-told this story the other day, but a mom reached out for her son's birthday, supposedly. Let's just say his name's Jimmy, because I don't know what his name is. Little Jimmy. I imagine he's not that little, but young enough to be at home. And it's his birthday coming up, and he loves Brawler, he loves time-lapse trucker. I'd imagine maybe like he could be still 18, living at home and watching my content, because it's not made for kids, and I put that on every YouTube channel or every video I'm posting. It's not made for kids, even though I'm sure like lots of people probably watch it. So this is like the second time someone's approached the boss's wife. I don't know, somewhere they were at lunch at Burnt Lake Industrial Park, the diner, and the owner's kid. The owner came out and was like, "Oh yeah, because I guess they were wearing some Brawler stuff or whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my kid loves Brawler," and she was like, how does he know of Brawler? And he's like, oh, he watches this time-lapse trucker on YouTube, and he just loves it. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, boss's wife, Victoria, she's like, we're gonna make up like a 12 by 18 poster, and she was gonna go get it printed, and she was wondering if I could make a poster, you know, like put a couple shots of my truck on there. I put the Brawler heavy haul down one side and a little time-lapse trucker. The ranch logo I have that has like time-lapse trucker and a C5, and it has I call it the ranch logo because when you know ranches have like bar 5 or, you know, whatever. Usually it's their stamp that they stamp all the cattle with, and I have the C, and then the 5 is inside that. That's kind of like my bar logo, as I call it. So I put that up there. I made this poster. Insert picture of poster here. This is what I made. She's gonna go to the printing place, get it printed, and frame it, and give it to the kid for his birthday. So I was like, I better find out when his birthday is, so I don't like ruin the surprise if he's watching this. But I'd imagine it's, you know, if I'm 2 to 3 weeks behind schedule, then we should be fine. But definitely we'll find out. Shout out to the kid that's having a birthday. Happy birthday. Even though it's probably a little late, maybe by the time you see this. And thanks for the reach out. I guess it's pretty cool. I don't get that very often. So yeah, excited about that. Whipped up the poster pretty easily. Gonna ask the boss's wife, I'm like, if you need me to make some logos or something for you guys, for a small fee, you know, always trying to get that money. Every extra cent counts. Which brings me to my next thing. You're checking out Fourth Wall. T-shirts, hats, mugs, toques, flags, stickers, a lot of everything up on there. Trying to always make new stuff. As I like come up with any idea, I'm always thinking, as I'm driving all day, got lots of time to think about new ideas. And someone said do some Brawler coffee cups and toques, which I'm gonna do soon. It's definitely toque weather is coming. Someone reached out and was like, oh, too bad you couldn't do like Carhartt stuff. I'm like, I don't think we have anything of that ability on there, but I may try to find out if there's some way I can maybe get it done, because that would be cool too. Not that I don't personally wear a lot of Carhartt stuff. We did get a work coat that is like Carhartt material. I got the brown one, Brawler logo on it. It's pretty cool. I like that stuff. I get nice shiny stuff and I don't want to wear it to work. I'm like, oh, I don't want to wreck it. And then it just ends up sitting in the closet, never wearing it. I bought all this, like, I bought a Chevrolet, it's like a USA jacket when I worked at the Chev dealership. I actually bought a Dale Earnhardt race coat too that had like, it was black, had the white and red, and maybe possibly the blue stripes on the cuff, and it was all black. Had all like the race logos he had at the time. It would have been 2000s, I think, is when I was working at the car dealership. Of course, I'm in the parts department, and they're like, hey, what do you got? And I was just like, I don't even know why I got it. I wasn't like big on Chevrolet. My fly is open. Or any, like, they got cool stuff, but I definitely like race stuff. So I bought a race Dale Earnhardt coat. It's probably worth a couple bucks these days. I don't know. It's just sitting in my closet, never wear it. I did wear it a little bit when I worked at the dealership, flossing, you know. As a sad salesman as I was, never reached any of the car goals of selling every month. It was a hard go. I tried it out for a year, and I just one of those times when I was trying to not be a oil field. Here I am, oil field again. So yeah, we're gonna take these counterweights out. I would imagine they're probably building sand minion. That's why we're going out there. We've been out there before and done the sand minion stuff. It's general area by the dam. It's on the east side of the Brassey Dam, literally the road up to the backside. And we'll get these unloaded, and I don't know if we're going to be leaving the Super Bees there or we got to bring them back or what. So stay tuned on this beautiful fall drive. We had a little bit of rain on my way home yesterday in my car. but it seems like it's dry out here. Synovus isn't known for having like their bad leases where they're muddy and crappy. You know, you get it once in a while if you're doing just like a service rig stuff, small lease, but a big site like this is usually set up pretty good. The last few times it's been matted and they've had tons of room, so it's going to be rough and dusty. Getting the location, that's about it. So what are you guys thinking of this view? Do you like this view? And then I put the trailer in the bottom corner. And I kind of like showing what's going on, especially when I'm on lease. But the problem is you don't have room to have two 1080 by 1920 in a screen. It's hard to do when I'm trying to show everything that's going on here. It would be nice if I could fit them both, but I've been doing a couple videos like that so I can see if I get some see what it looks like, and I kind of like it. I should watch it on a TV so I know what it looks like. I know if you guys are watching on your phone, it might be a little bit hard to see what the small bottom right, what the trailer is doing, but there should be enough picture to know what's going on. Feedback. Hook me up with some feedback. Gotta get bacon and eggers from Drayton Valley if you're here before 9. Right, Cody? Yo. Morning, how's it going? What kind of visitor last night? Was it a guy? Oh, you had a skunk coming dig through the garbage. It was a big guy, you seen him? Yeah, man. off the crane here. And then we're gonna move into position. Sounds like I'd be stuck here all day. Essentials over there running coil. That'll be the sand stuff. We gotta set up elevator to go up to the top of that of some sort. Never seen this setup before, so I don't know what's going on. Sweetest Super B pulling truck I've ever seen. Bill? Well, that was pretty basic and easy. Might have to go back to the car wash. I'm all dusty. Go in for a quick rinse. Maybe, maybe not. Every time I try to plan something like that, as soon as I just about get back to Red Deer, dispatch hits me up. Can ya? Yeah, I can. So at first it was going to be kind of like hang out and wait because they had to move. Darn man, someone ran over the side of that K-rail. Like, you got all the room in the world here. Someone still manages to hit the K-rail. I have no idea where I missed the turn to the D-high. I think it's like 13. I thought I was still on it, but then I didn't see any markers anymore. I'm like, I guess I'm not on it anymore. I'm like, this part doesn't look familiar. There's like kind of a gray area. It's like, can we walk the crane across the lease with the boom in the air with all its counterweights on? And they're like, yes and no. I don't know. The other picker's there. He's got a trailer. You can just throw all the counterweights on his trailer, move it across. Hell, he can even pick them off probably half the time. But yeah. So he was like, oh, you're gonna have to hang out all day while I build this. It was only 3 lifts, but wasn't anything major really, so I was looking forward to maybe getting some time lapse of the action. But guess not. So I guess we'll pretty much head her back to base. Now I got 2 counterweight jobs that weren't really all that flashy. Maybe I can compile them or do something. I don't know, whatever. I'm just using them as extra footage for like through the week or weekend, not Monday or Friday.
Yeah, Bill and Donovan with brawlers. We're gonna run down to the other lead and get rid of this trailer radio when we come back.
Thank you.
The crane's got to stay and do some wireline stuff. Smells like a rig move. Ah, yes. There's those skidded water rail skids that I picked up from Innisfil. I seen them coming out the other day. I was going to ask the guys if they were heavy or not. I honestly think that's... Why go against the grain on the way back? Might as well take the short way. Except for I don't know what kilometer I'm at. Here we go. Here's a sign. I guess it's the same either way. Loaded Super B 14 on the D-high. Super B guys, flat deck Super Bs. Do you turn off the pops brakes?
Medic?
Just asking for a friend.
Mike, I'm gonna hit the stage and then I'll be right back.
When you're empty, of course. Sure, be fine, as long as you're not going to do any extreme braking. Loaded Super B 13 D-high.
Pickup coming out of sight.
way is definitely in worse shape, but it's smooth. It's ruddy though. It's a D-high loop. It just comes and does a big horseshoe. Not really a horseshoe, but there's roads that split off all over the place out here. Been down most of them.
Right. And try to hit the matting straight on and then stay on the matting.
It's just dried up mud rut. Kind of place you don't want to be when it's pouring rain for very long. Once it's saturated, the least is setting a steer to get around empty. Loaded Super B6 D-high. Alright, it's the next one. Gotta remember which Y I gotta turn off on. I can never. There's so many.
That's 225 and towards 60 to 4.
So many Ys that look the same out here. It's hard to remember which one's which. I'm out here often, but only like a couple times a year. Loaded Super B2 on the D-high. Of course. Here comes the pickup. If I would have known it was coming, I would have pulled out the camera. haven't had much to edit lately because I've been like just doing little piddly jobs. So I've been like, I'm at home and I got nothing to do. So I'm just like, I'm filming today. And I had to tell the story about the kid with the birthday, so thumbs up to that kid. Some kid's gonna have a poster of ketchup on the wall in his room. What did you have as well? Maybe we shouldn't get into that, but I had cars, dirt bikes, quads, snowboarding, skateboarding, literally every inch of my room. Covered my whole entire wall, tried to cover the roof, but couldn't get anything to really stick to it because it was kind of that textured. I destroyed my room. I'm gonna admit it. Of course I did. But I got mad at my middle because I just like freshly kind of made a room for her because she wanted a room with a window because she was in the den with no window, and I was just like, all right, I'll build this. And she's pretty much destroyed the bedroom. So I'm like, okay. I've been there, I've done that. What else did I have? Well, my mom actually worked at a video stereo store. So it was video rentals, and they also sold, I don't know if they did car, if they just did home audio, TVs, home sound systems, when you had like a home sound system, like record player, dual cassette player, at the time, laser disc DVDs. I'm talking, they were the size of records, but they looked like a CD, but they were in a plastic case, and you slid it into like this big VCR. Burp. That's what I had when I was a kid. And so she had like Alpine, the Lamborghini, the black Lamborghini LP. I don't even know what it is. Is it 440? Black with the gold rims with the spoiler on the back. It said Alpine on the bottom. I know some of you will remember it because it's a classic poster. That was like my most cherished poster. I was like, that was my dream car forever, but it's a giant pile of shit. They're still cool. I like them. I like a lot of the 80s and 90s sports cars. So, but anyways, I don't know where I'm getting off on tangents. I'm not sure this is long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of this video. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.